So this is a video of my water change. This takes about 50 minutes or so, give or take. Some days a little bit more, some days less. But basically I do a 10-gallon water change. So I made this quick video of me doing my water change just to kind of show how I do my services on my tank. So I do a 10-gallon water change every 2 weeks. As you can see here, I'm focusing on cleaning the sand bed. I basically get the entire sand bed kind of section by section and get it all cleaned out with the siphon. And my rockscape is pretty open, so I'm basically able to get to the entire sand bed all the way around and underneath the arch. So basically what I'll do is I'll go around and fill up one bucket with whatever detritus is in the sand bed. That's usually about one bucket worth of water. And then the second bucket, I'll go through here in a second. I'll dump that one out, and then I'll refill the bucket, and I'll go through and I'll clean off the rocks themselves without the siphon on there. So I'll get in all the little cracks and crevices, anything small, any kind of small algae that's growing anywhere, which I don't really have any, but if I did, I would clean it off with the hose. But just any kind of detritus, any kind of small buildup that's around the rocks or underneath the coral or anything like that, that's basically what I'll be doing here. It's hard to tell at the beginning of the video, but I did have my lights off, and I'll usually have my lights off for a good hour or so before I do my water change. And I do that so that the coral will be closed, so I don't bother them when the water level's going down. And also because my hammer coral is so big that it takes up a lot of space in the one side of the tank, and I don't want to hit it with my siphon. So when it's closed up, it's much smaller, it's much easier to work around, and less chance of damaging it. So I definitely recommend, if you do that in the future, to make sure all your coral are closed up for a little while. And it's just less you have to worry about. They're smaller, they're kind of more out of the way, and it's just easier to do. So here I am refilling the tank. Usually I will get the water pretty close to temperature. I have a couple small heaters that I'll set in my buckets while it's mixing and try to get it as close to 76, 78 degrees as I can. Because the water change is so small, the temperature doesn't really fluctuate more than 1 degree. So getting the temperature in the buckets exactly perfect isn't really necessary. And then I'll pump it into the tank, as you can see here, and I'll use the small return hose and kind of put it in between my rocks and just let it spread out evenly throughout the tank. And then change out my filter sock, which I usually change out my filter sock a couple times a week, but I figured it would be a good thing to kind of throw in here to do at this time during the water change. And then at the very end, I'll clean the glass off real quick, turn the lights back up, and just let the tank settle in. But that's basically it for this video, guys. Just a really quick water change video. Let me know if you have any more suggestions for any other videos, and like this, and definitely subscribe if you want to see more of this reef. Definitely thanks for watching this, guys.